mean, now is a good time to remind people that we bought a bunch of classics on Overdrive. So if you haven't been reading the classics, do that.
Now's the time to read that one you've always been meaning to read.
Yeah. If you've always wanted to read, look, see my shirt says all I need is books and crafts.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Thought it was appropriate for today.
Kind of cool.
Let's hear.
So we are going to talk about some books you can get digitally while we're closed. I think yours are going to be a variation of basically, if you're not using our apps to get ebooks or audiobooks, we have 3 options: Hoopla, Libby, and Access 360. Those are all free apps you can download and sign in with your library card. And so we're going to talk about some of our favorites, or the ones that we like that are available to get one way or another on those apps. We'll probably specify where they are, where you can find them. All right. Do you want me to go?
Yeah. You go first and then I'll do one. Like, we'll go back and forth.
Yeah. Okay, the first one I have is called The Lost Man by Jane Harper. It's a mystery. I love all of Jane Harper's books. She only has 3 out right now. But I like them because they're more character-driven and character-focused. And she's an Australian author, so all of her books take place in Australia, which is kind of fun. This one is set in the Australian outback, so it's like a desert kind of setting. And the setting is always really important in her books because they play a big part in the mystery plot. And so in this one, the main character, Nathan, is one of 3 brothers. They are ranchers in the outback. He's kind of estranged from his family, and they don't really see each other very often until one day his brother Cameron is found dead, basically in the middle of the desert, and they don't know how his body got out there, what happened, what he was doing. It's just really suspicious for a lot of different reasons. And so Nathan is trying to figure out what happened. There's a lot of family tension, which I kind of like stories that have a lot of family, not drama, but just relationships and stuff like that. And you get flashbacks from the characters' lives in the past and how that plays into what's going on now. So this is a good one if you like mysteries, and it kept me guessing till the end. If you're like a Ton of French or CJ Box fan, Jane Harper is a good one. This one is available as an audiobook on Hoopla. So that's where you can go to get that one. And this morning I checked, Jane Harper's other 2 books are on Libby. Start with The Dry if you're interested in that. That's another one of her really good ones.
Okay. So my first book, let's see if this works. Okay, so my first book is Big Stone Gap by Adriana Trigiani. So I'm throwing it back like old school because these books have been around for a while. There was even a Big Stone Gap movie, but the 4-book series is available, and they were not checked out as of this morning on Overdrive on Libby. And I love Big Stone Gap because it's the quirky characters. And Big Stone Gap, the first book, is a coming-of-age novel about Ava Marie Mulligan, who's the town's spinster. And then all of a sudden, a few things happen in the very first chapter, and her life is kind of opened up. And before she can blink in 1978, so it's also kind of recent historical, she discovers she's not always who she thought she was. And so she's fielding marriage proposals, she's fighting off family members, and organizing a visit, a celebration for family members, visiting celebrities. There's a lot of quirky characters. So if you've read like Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, or you enjoy other books with quirky characters, this is a great series to go back to. So there's 4 books in the series. Big Cherry Holler picks up 8 years later, and then Milk Glass Moon, and then Return to Big Stone Gap. And they're all available on Overdrive as audio or as ebooks. They're also available, I think, as audios too. But, comforting characters, a series to get yourself into while we're all stuck at home reading, I thought would be a great choice for now.
Okay, my next one is a nonfiction pick. It's called Love Does by Bob Goff. This one's available as an ebook or an audiobook on Hoopla. I read it in print. This is my copy, but the audiobook would be fun because the author narrates it himself. So this is a good one, I feel like, for now because there's a lot of really neat and inspiring stories. Bob Goff is like crazy cool. He's done really crazy cool things in his life.
Yes.
And this basically every chapter is a different story from his life. True stories. Basically how he went to law school in a very unconventional way, how he won his wife over, how he accidentally became like a Ugandan consul, how he traveled the world with his kids and how they became friends with like heads of state. And I think later in their life, they have some of those like important people to their house for dinner. I mean, the guy, it's really neat. And the whole point is kind of he's, why he does all these things is to spread love. And I think that's kind of a cool theme to, read right now. And we're kind of in uncertain times. So this is a fun one. And if you don't have a lot of time to read, the chapters are short. The book is not that long overall, but you can kind of read a chapter here and there when you have time. So this is just a neat one and inspiring and good to listen to too if you like audiobooks because he reads it himself. And I imagine that that's cool because he can put his own inflections into it. His second book is also on Hoopla. I haven't read this one yet, but I've heard really good things. It's called Everybody Always. So that is Love Does by Bob Goff.
All right. So my second pick is When Crickets Cry by Charles Martin. So a lot of Charles Martin books are on Libby, and they were all available as of this morning. We have a couple of them that are available kind of in a simultaneous model too. So I love Charles Martin because I call him he writes Christian fiction, but it's not super heavy-handed. It's very inspirational and very much like, I feel his novels are very much like real life. So When Crickets Cry is about a man with a past and a girl who needs saving. I found it to be a very compelling read because you want to learn about the backstory and find out what happened to the little girl in the novel. He also wrote The Mountain Between Us, which was turned into a movie, and that is a really compelling action. Have you read Charles Martin, Lindsay?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, and someone said Love Does is so good. Hello, we will comment. Hi, everyone. We've got 5 people watching.
Thanks for coming.
So anyway, I recommend really anything by Charles Martin, but I think When Crickets Cry is a good one to start with, and it's one of his earlier works. But if you like action stories, you might also like The Mountain Between Us.
Awesome. Okay, my last pick is The Storied Life of A.J. Fickrey by Gabrielle Zevin, which is such a charming, lovely book, which
Agreed.
I think we can all use right now. This one is on Hoopla as an ebook or an audiobook, so you can have your choice there. This one's about a man named A.J. Fickrey who owns a bookstore on an island, and the bookstore is not doing super great already, and then his most prized collection of like rare poetry is stolen, and so he's just really beat up about it, and basically starts isolating himself from everyone. And then one day, a mysterious package arrives on his doorstep. I won't tell you what it is, but it changes his life for the better. And some other people come into his life. If you like quirky characters, this is a good one. It's just a really heartwarming story, and if you love books, reading, libraries, this is a really good one, because it really kind of touches on the power of books and reading, and how they connect people. And I really like this one. Have you read anything else by her, Alissa? I haven't read anything else by her.
Yes, I have.
But this, I feel like a lot of people on staff at the library have read this, and we all agree it's a good one.
It is a good one. Okay, I have two more because I'm an overachiever.
Great.
And I was also just kind of seeing what was available and what people might want to read now. Because now's the time to kind of go back and read maybe something you missed. The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. You read that?
Yeah, it's good.
So that came out a while ago, and as you can see, it was a Pulitzer winner, a National Book Award. And it's really intriguing because it's, what if the Underground Railroad was an actual railroad? But it also talks about life in the 1800s, and there's you want to know what's going to happen to the main character, so there's kind of an adventure action story going on. I thought it was super well done. It's an intriguing premise, and this whole journey that Cora goes on is remarkable. And then my last selection is Trevor Noah, Born a Crime.
Yeah.
So that's my nonfiction pick for today. So, these are 18 personal essays that talk about his growing up years, where, I found it fascinating. It's about life under apartheid in South Africa. I found that it was, he has some really great insights into race as a social construct and the power of language. From the book jacket, it says, Born a Crime is the story of a mischievous young boy who grows into a restless young man as he struggles to find himself in a world where he was never supposed to exist. These 18 personal essays collected here are by turns hilarious, dramatic, and deeply affecting. Whether subsisting on caterpillars for dinner during hard times, being thrown from a moving car during an attempted kidnapping, or just trying to survive the life and death pitfalls of dating in high school, Trevor illuminates his curious world with incisive wit and unflinching honesty. So that is my last pick. So I guess maybe we should review all our picks again just for people who missed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Carrie commented, I was going to say, we read Born a Crime in our book club, and everyone really I think everyone really liked it. And Carrie commented, she's in our book club, that it's really good on audio.